Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I don't know about you, but I love seeing what's working for other people in their home. I myself have gotten tons of ideas from watching people's videos. I've actually been watching a ton of these videos here lately, and there are a lot of things on my list or that I've been using here lately that I haven't actually seen mentioned. So I'm really excited to share those with you. So let's go ahead and get started in the kitchen. The first is this bamboo knife holder. So I've had this for years now, and this has been my favorite drawer for pretty much all of the years that we've lived here. It just holds all these different size knives. So no matter how large or small, I can even fit some variations that I bought as one-offs. Everything just fits really seamlessly in this drawer, and it keeps things off the counter. This cabinet was a lot of trial and error ever since Chloe started getting older and her bottles got bigger. We started adding in baby food and just, more and more things started taking up this space, and our cabinets are not big as it is. So I bought these bamboo risers, which turned out to be so awesome that I actually bought a second set that I'll show you in a second for our Nespresso machine. There's enough space underneath the riser to fit 9-ounce bottles. I liked these bamboo things so much that I bought a couple of more to go underneath the Nespresso because this is really low. This table is really low, and so it's a lot of leaning over every time I come to make a cup of coffee. So I've been looking for something to help rise it up. And so I'm able to fit the pods on the smaller bamboo stand, and then the larger one is big enough to hold the entire Nespresso machine. Over here, where we used to have the mugs flat on the surface of this second shelf up there, now we have the second bamboo riser. We have the baby food on top, and then I got these hangers for these mugs, really inexpensive, and they're so awesome because they're super simple. You slide them on. They do a great job of holding the mugs. Over to the side where we used to have water bottles rolling around, and of course they're too tall to fit on the cabinets, we got this water bottle holder to hold all of our water bottles. And then over here, these guys you've probably seen in a lot of videos if you watched mine before. I've had this stand for years. I got it for Christmas years back from Matt. It's on display like all the time. Next up is the spice jars. They're really cool because they come with a variety of different labels that are already made out. And they also have blank ones that you can make yourself. And they have 3 different styles. So I ended up using 2 of the styles. I used the white apothecary, and then I also used the black round label. If you want the black on the front, you can do that. They also had some straight word stickers that I ended up not using. They have their own little shakers, and it just keeps my spices really organized and looking nice instead of just spread across all over the cabinets. Now, as far as the spice rack goes, this is a little bit of an Amazon hack because I took what was a tiered stand and I just took the layers off of it and put them opposite facing inside of the drawer. So I have the 3rd tier over here on this side. And then for the top tier, I use this to hold on to things like my sandwich bags, gallon bags. Occasionally I'll put some tin foil or saran wrap in there. Oh, these hold-on bags, by the way, are really great. These are all compostable bags. And I've even used their garbage bags, and they hold up really well. They're like this really smooth material. This is something that I got really excited about, was realizing that Caraway is now available on Amazon. I know, right? So you can actually get 20% off. I have the link to all of this down in my description, but you can get 20% off during Amazon's Prime sale. So their Prime Day, Prime Week sale, and get the 2-day shipping and everything. I was just really excited about it. Actually, I didn't realize that they were doing that until I got an email from Caraway yesterday, and I came back to record this section just for that. These little pieces are magnetic, so you can rearrange them, you can move them to different locations, and it keeps them stuck together. I mean, the cabinet door holder for their lids, all of their cookware pieces are like pieces of art, but they're also, more importantly, non-toxic and non-stick. They come with even more than the pots and pans. Eventually, I would love to get some more of their products, but you can see just how sparkly the material is even after having them for, gosh, I would say at least a year, maybe 2 years. I'm not even sure when I got these, but I know I've had them for a while. Next up is these canisters. It took me a long time to decide on some canisters because we have such limited space, especially in our cabinets, just like in our drawers. And so I was able to find these that are really narrow, and they came with labels. They have these airtight seals, so it keeps everything sealed and fresh. Super easy. This we got just to keep the scrubbers off of the backsplash or off of this back counter space, because it would get wet and it would get gunky with whatever we had recently washed with the dishes. And so I know that there are tons of like fancier, more expensive options. This little thing was like $9 and it served the purpose of getting things off the counter and over the sink. And also it keeps them out of the way, because when we're waiting on the dish load to go, we like to stack them over here. And sometimes these scrubbers would get lost at the bottom of all the dishes that we were stacking. So this gives them a spot to go that's out of the way, and it was really inexpensive. So especially now that Chloe is crawling around, we want to make sure that we get rid of keeping all of these extension cords and surge protectors and all of these things put away as much as possible. I really don't like seeing these around on the floor. Honestly, I didn't like it before, but now I have even more of a reason to do something about it. And so these little cord hiders or surge protector holders come like nesting dolls. There are 3 of them that are 3 different sizes. It's pretty easy. You just put the cords inside of the box, and wherever you need to feed the cord out, you run it through these. And then the tops are really cool because they are child-proof. Another worthy organizing piece that I got from Amazon is these little Velcro wraps that wrap up cords. Our cords were such a pain until I figured out this little trick, and then I was just able to segregate them into bags and bins, wrap it around the cords, and done. I use these all the time. One thing that has been game-changing for us when it comes to having bottles around the bathtub and stuck on the ledges is these 2 metal holders. I tried 3 different metal holders before I settled on these, and so I know that these are awesome. These have stayed in place. We actually have heavy glass bottles in the top here, and these things have not budged. They've been great. They're also really tall, so they're tall enough to hold the taller bottles without them toppling over and falling off. So again, we have these heavy-duty glass bottles that fit perfectly in there. One of these is a little taller than the other, so you have a taller version and then you have a shorter version. The shorter version is where I'm keeping all of my products. Matt's products were up there on the taller one. But look, like heavy, full-size shampoo, conditioner, soap, all of the things. It has one of these tight adhesives in the back, and both of them, these are removable, so you can actually remove these to put them wherever you want. So I've got mine to hold my scrubber there. Matt's is holding his scrubber up top. And then it has a razor holder, which I think is super cool. I recently upgraded my razor to this 3-blade leaf razor, and these are really heavy duty razors. They're actually really cool and eco-friendly, all the good things. But the cool thing is, regardless of whether you have a razor that has a hole here or has like the ledge overhang, these 2 hooks will work. Speaking of bottles, these bottles are another organization item that we got from Amazon. They come in just this plain brown color. They may have it in clear as well. And then they also come in these apothecary labels, which I obviously love because I keep using them everywhere. It just helps to kind of streamline and organize your space. If we have a bottle that's almost empty and then we go ahead and buy a new one, it makes it easy to consolidate because we already have this other bottle to consolidate them in. My little containers here, these hold Q-tips and hair ties and cotton balls and really just like anything that you need them to hold. You can use them in the kitchen, you can use them in the bathroom. They look really cute. They are lightweight. This one has a lot of soap scum on it right now because we've been using it to give Chloe a bath and pour water over her. So I'm just gonna spray it off really quick. This is some of my favorite cleaner. It was actually gifted to me, but it's by a small business called Red's Gone Green. It's all eco-friendly and made using essential oils, and so it smells really good. You can also just run these through the dishwasher. One cool trick that I've learned is that bookends are great for all kinds of organization. If you've noticed that your clothes kind of fall apart after you fold them, try separating your piles with a bookend instead. This thing is really heavy duty. It's made by Samsonite, who usually makes luggage, and I've talked so much about how it's just been game-changing for my papers and documents. I no longer keep a filing cabinet or folder system at all. This is how I maintain all of my documents, and so everything for everybody in the family is located in here. There are different pockets, zippers, and this has held us over for years now. One thing that's definitely saved us a ton of space is mounting all of our TVs on the wall. And in order to do that, we needed some kind of a cord cable management system. And so once the holes are in the wall, you'll put this up at the top and down at the bottom and feed the cords through one and out the other if you don't have an outlet up top, which we don't. I almost forgot about this guy, but these accordion wooden things are great, especially for nurseries. They're so simple. We've used it to hang Chloe's swaddles and some of her bows, and I don't know, I thought that it was a pretty cute solution, especially if you have some artsy, cute swaddles that you're looking to hang up. First of all, like as far as the cord hider box goes, look at all this stuff that would be sitting behind my bed. Like this is more stuff for the robo vacuum to get all tied up in, and believe me, it did. This surge protector has been game-changing for behind my bed over here. Look at all the things that I can fit in here. I have one of these Wi-Fi plugs that takes up so much space that it sucks up so many of the plugs when you're on one of the bars. And so many of these plugs nowadays are just giant. I've got this one that goes to my Aura. I've got this one that goes to the baby monitor. I've got this that goes to my lamp with the on-off switch, and just like so many different things. One of these actually, I think this one goes to the bed. And then we have the Echo Dot, and I have my cell phone charger, both which take these, they could be using another plug, but in this case I just use the USB. And so I'm able to plug them in their own spot on the side here. So you can fit like so many things in one of these chunks, and because it's just so compact, it fits into these boxes really easily. And then for all of the cords hanging down, I use this split sleeve. So I like these because they're really easy to open up. You can actually open them from the outside here. You don't have to feed everything through one end. And so it's really simple, but it's just great for collecting all of your cords. Everything that was mentioned in this video, you'll be able to find over on my storefront. Sometimes the links change, so everything will always be up to date on the storefront. So instead of linking all of the little things that I mentioned here today, if there was something you were curious about, you can just click the link to my storefront and then go to the organization section, and everything will be linked there for you. I am not somebody who's super focused on organization. I prefer to have it in place so that I can focus my energy and attention elsewhere. And for me, having organization systems that are simple and doable and not like super complex and expensive and aren't going to take too much energy for me to have to stop and maintain them makes me more creative. It allows me to be more creative and to live in my zone instead of bouncing around my home from one project to another. Now, if you're still trying to find or hone your own zone, then I recommend you check out Skillshare. They are our sponsor for today's video. The platform has really taken a turn in the direction of career paths and getting the skills that you need in order to direct and create your own life, whether that is building your own new creative career and learning all of the skills to go along with that, learning a side hustle or some kind of a side passion project. So they have these entire pathways that are dedicated to everything productivity and time management, or everything creative passion project, or the section I've been looking at here lately, creative confidence and silencing your inner critic. I think that you can never have enough of that in your lifetime, and the sooner you start before you go diving into any passion project, the better. And so I love that they have this playlist all set up. Eugenia Washington, for example, shares 5 exercises to grow your creative confidence and self-care, something we could all use. Now, the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description are going to get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. You can try it all out yourself, take as many of these classes as you want during your 1-month free trial. I recommend that you go check it out. I hope you have a great day, and I will chat with you next week. Bye.